Hi, it's Erica from Mocha Mama on Fire, and on my channel, I talk about my path to financial independence as a family of three raising a child with special needs. So in my video today, I'm going to be talking about the type of fire that I'm pursuing for financial independence, my plan for 2021 to get there, and just to share with you a little bit of the insight of the tools that I use and the resources I use to help me plan and choose what fire path I took. So I decided to follow the Coast Fire plan to get to financial independence. And that, along with what I call like a hybrid of what was known as barista fire, but I'm calling it my firepreneur, is where I'm headed for. So let me tell you more. So Coast Fi is when someone has already invested enough in their retirement accounts that it will grow to provide them with a comfortable traditional retirement. So that is why I'm aiming for Coast FI. They wouldn't need to add another dollar once they reach that Coast FI number. And it's the miracle of compound interest and time. Work is wonderful magic, so that at your traditional retirement age, you'll have the balance that you want to have for your retirement. So instead of rushing to get to my first million in that sense and then enjoy life maybe how I want it, I'm deciding to go with the Coast FI method, where I save that particular amount that I need now at the age of 38. So that way by the time I'm 55, which is my ideal retirement age. The traditional retirement ages, for me at least, is 62. I plan to take Social Security as soon as I'm eligible, 62 years old. So that is why I'm choosing the Coast FI method. When I mentioned the hybrid of the barista fire is when you save up enough to where if you were to draw on it, you would use that for partial of your income or of your expenses that you need, and you would work part-time, typically at a lower stress job or wherever else, to meet the rest of your needs for your everyday current expenses. The reason why I said I'm not doing necessarily barista, I want to call it a firepreneur, because my goal is once I reach my Coast FI number, where my retirement accounts are where it needs to be, so that way by the time I'm traditional retirement age, it's the number I want, but also have some savings where outside of my retirement accounts that I will be able to draw on partially for my current and everyday expenses. So that way I can leave working for a employer per se. So I'm not doing a part-time employment with someone else. More so, I'm going to be an entrepreneur working on endeavors that matter most to me. As you know on my channel, I am focused on financial independence, but as well as Black autism awareness. So it's in my heart to create a business around helping serve, educating others to reach financial independence, and those who have special needs children, helping coach that audience to do that. So that is a business I'm hoping to build over the years, so that way when I do reach my Coast FI number and my other outside investments where I'm comfortable, where I can walk away from outside employment and focus on that. So my overall why Coast FI and why I decided to take this journey, as you know from my channel, I've been influenced by several books, blogs, and of course YouTube University has taught me so much. I really began this journey in 2018, as I shared. That's when the intersection happened for me with financial independence and raising a child with special needs. And so with that, I began a debt pay down strategy. So in 2019, after saving about $15,000, we moved from a high cost of living area, which was in the Washington, D.C. area, which I absolutely love and frequent, have great friends there. So hey, D.C., DMV. But I did leave that so that we can actually afford a home that wouldn't be too burdensome for our monthly mortgage, as well as live in a lower cost of living city where more of my money can go towards savings versus costing and expenses. So we moved from the DMV back to my home state of Florida, and we now live in Jacksonville, Florida, which is in North Florida, which is very affordable, beautiful beaches, great parks. I can't recommend the city more to others. If you're looking at a lower cost of living city to begin your journey as far as geo arbitrage in that respect within the U.S., consider North Florida. So after we made that move here, of course, that money went towards that down payment for the house and all those costs that go with it. At the end of 2019, I had to rebuild my savings. So I'm happy to share and report with you that my goal of saving $20,000 for 2020, I didn't necessarily meet that mark, but I did meet so many other milestones that I wanted to reach. So I ended up saving $15,000 again by the end of 2020. As of December 31st, my balances is now at $15,000 in my investment accounts alone. But I was able to do a great job in paying down my debt in 2020. So I paid off a total of $28,000 in collections I had against me, in judgments, and personal loans and credit card debts. So that $28,000 that I paid off in 2020 encompassed those types of debt. So again, that was collections, judgments, had personal loans, credit card debt, but all that is now paid off. I'm going into the new year of 2021 almost really debt free. The only debt I have now is my auto loan and my mortgage. And as far as my mortgage, I'm not in a rush to pay that off. I'm going to just do slow payment on that, and then accelerate near maybe next 5 years or so. But for now, I'm doing my monthly payment for my mortgage, and I'm doing a snowball larger than my minimum payment for my auto, so I can pay off my car by 2022. Then I have a balance of about $13,000 left on my car, with the goal of paying it off by 2022, as opposed to when the loans come to the end, which is in 2023. So that is some of where my journey is now. So my strategy and why I also chose Coast FI is because as a married woman in a dual income household that has a child with special needs, one concern I had really is that as my son gets older, I don't want to be necessarily focused on full-time outside work. I'd rather be able to be a truly active mom with him in the home, there at the schools with the teachers. Doing a hybrid of where he's doing some homeschooling and doing some tutoring and private school teaching. That's really my goal for him once he reaches the ages of 10 and above, is more so homeschooling with me, some private tutoring, private school. I'm looking into that kind of education path for him, not necessarily in the public school where I'm working full-time in that respect. So because that is my personal goal for him, I want to be financially prepared to do so, and also to still contribute to my household as if I was working full-time. And so what I really like about FIRE movement in general, and then the Coast FI, is that by me doing the saving that I'm doing and the plan that I'm going to share with you shortly, is that it's going to provide my portion of our dual income expenses for the household. So my goal is to transition from full-time work in 2025 and to focus on my entrepreneurial endeavors and also raising my son at home. And so during that time, of course, my husband's going to continue working full-time in his industry, which is in the auto industry, as well as we're looking to other opportunities for him in the future that we'll share in other videos. So next, we're going to get into my personal Google Sheets that I use to track what my FI number should be, how I'm using my budgets, and I'm going to also highlight and note who I was inspired by and have the links to those respective folks for you to also follow and get those resources yourself.